Hello, my name is Brian and this is the mess I'm turning in for my econ project. Important disclaimer, I'm not Japanese, I don't speak Japanese, and I only started watching anime over the summer because I had nothing else to do. Which means I basically have no credibility for what I'm about to tell you. Extremely important disclaimer. This one is even more important than the last disclaimer. This is a very serious video that took lots of time, cringe, and pain. If you laugh in any way, shape, or form, your sense of humor has regressed significantly and you might need to reconsider your life choices. Now that introductions are done, let's get into the backstory of how I came up with this project. The other day I had no ideas for this project and I was thinking about watching Death Note, which had been highly recommended to me multiple times. The idea popped into my head. AP Econ plus anime. What could go wrong? It could be great. It could be terrible. It all depended on my non-existent editing skills. So my question is, or was, because I figured it out, how does the anime industry affect Japan's economy? Before we answer that, here's a brief chunk of useful information for those unfamiliar with anime. Anime, noun. A style of animation originating in Japan that is characterized by stark, colorful graphics depicting vibrant characters and action-filled plots, often with fantastic or futuristic themes. A fantastic theme is a subgenre of literary works characterized by the ambiguous presentation of seemingly supernatural forces. The top 10 anime of all time are Death Note, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Naruto Shippuden, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Fairy Tail, Sword Art Online, One Piece, and Bleach. So, the top 10 anime of all time didn't need to be said, but I wanted to sound cool and educated, and yes, I know I pronounced some of them wrong. Anime, like movies and TV shows, are broken down into genres and subgenres, which I won't get into. The top 10 is composed of shonen anime, is mostly composed of shonen anime, a genre of Japanese comics and animated films aimed primarily at a young adult audience typically characterized by action-filled plots. The shonen genre increased the popularity of anime across the world, generating income that allowed the anime industry to grow even further. The beginnings of anime were very shallow, with most shows being cancelled due to poor budget, which caused a great loss of money to everyone who was involved. The first anime ever created, Astro Boy, was released in 1963 by Osamu Tezuka. After that, the industry struggled to make anything work until Hayao Miyazaki, a co-founder of the esteemed Studio Ghibli, managed to create the masterpiece that is Spirited Away. If you haven't watched Spirited Away, you have to. It's amazing. Spirited Away was a visually stunning animation released in 2001 that gave Japan global recognition. Around the same time, popular manga series were being adapted into anime and were being released, such as Dragon Ball Z in 1989, One Piece in 1999, and Naruto in 2002. Those are the first episode release dates, not the manga release dates, by the way. So I'm going to be using yen as the currency to talk about revenue because I'm too lazy to convert it into US dollars. Plus, most of the information when I was researching was already in yen, so it would be a pain to do all that. For reference, 1 US dollar is equal to 105 yen. Or that's the current, what would it be? Not transaction. The current exchange rate. The Association of Japanese Animations is a non-profit organization that helps improve working conditions for animators. In the Anime Industry Report that they published in 2019, 2002 saw the anime industry at a measly $1,095 billion. Okay, so it doesn't sound measly, but compared to the rest of the numbers, it's pretty small. It rose to the whopping $2,181 billion in 2018. Rounding it off, it totals to be approximately 200% net growth. The increase in revenue over the span of 16 years can be attributed to fans continuing to enjoy manga, anime, and merchandise. Japan was quick to realize this when they started making clothing, toys, video games, and figurines to profit off the demand. It's pretty genius. Basically free money for things people want. Massive deals were signed with streaming services such as Funimation, Crunchyroll, Anime Planet, Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon, which increased viewership because it appeared on their recommended. Using the Federal Reserve Economic Data, also known as FRED, 2002 had 517,301.9 billion yen in its first quarter. 2018 had 547,850.3 billion yen in its first quarter. I did the math, and then in 2002, anime was about 0.02% in the total GDP, and in 2018, it was 0.03%. Crazy, isn't it? All this research just to find out that the anime industry barely affects Japan's economy. Japan's economy is one of the largest in the world because of its workforce, impact on the car and electronic industry, and overall mindset. Japan is pushing everything to its limits, already being confined to a relatively small island. Japan uses its resources well, advances toward the future, and improves efficiency in all aspects of life. While the anime industry has no overall effect on Japan's economy, it still shapes the culture of Japan and the rest of the world. Anime has been incorporated into hip-hop, increased vacationing to Japan, learning Japanese, listening to Japanese music, cosplaying, influencing YouTube channels, and it dominates social media. It has become so normalized in everyday life that it's hard to imagine what life would be like without anime. For my bibliography, it's way too long to put into the video, and I'm 99% sure that no one cares about my sources. However, for that 1% who does check, I will link a Google Docs with all my sources cited in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this abomination of a video, and have a great day.